Hi everyone. The article that was assigned to us is called Global Teams That Work. For our presentation, we will be outlining the key factors that were highlighted in this article. In efforts to succeed in the global economy, many companies are relying on geographically dispersed workforce. The diversity offers many benefits of international diversity, vast cultural work experiences, and many different perspectives. Notwithstanding the many challenges which present themselves, such as social distance, cultural indifference, and virtual communication. With the utilization of the split framework, it offers global managers an alternative to reduce the challenges that present themselves among socially dispersed teams.
Hi, my name is Neethu Mathew, and I would like to talk about how to create an effective global team. There are mainly six factors. First is the organize regular meetings for your whole team. Organizing regular team is an absolute must. Use this time wisely to work through a group project or to unpack ideas. To completely utilize this time slot, organize a structure and circulate an agenda so the staff can come prepared. Second one is keep in touch with the online notification. Companies' news and information should be delivered virtually unless it is sensitive. Make sure to keep your staff regularly updated about the company. And it is a great idea to include personal announcement about your team in this communication. Third one is use task management tools. Uh, Task management systems are cloud-based programs that allow staff members to keep track of their colleagues and their own tasks. Fourth one is be conscious of the time zones. Time zones can make global working tricky, but confusion can be avoided with little forward planning. Fifth factor is talk like a global team. When meeting with your team, don't push small talk about your local weather or any social events near your location. Be conscious of your language in meeting and over email. Sixth one is be mindful of the news in your employee's country and remember cultural events. It can be difficult to focus on work when something significant is happening in your country. So keep your eyes on the news in your employees' countries. And if you have knowledge and understanding of the situation your employees are encountering, it will make a lot more likely to seek support. Example for a global team is Google. Google needs no introduction. Google's parent company Alphabet has dozens of projects that global teams are working on with over more than 100,000 full-time employees working from hundreds of offices worldwide. Google had to adapt this global team's workflow where employees have to communicate with each other from other time zones to avoid any miscommunication. Google devised communication rules and protocols a person has to follow while talking to colleagues.
Hi everyone, I am Mahailia and I will be covering the split framework. The split framework is used to identify and successfully manage social distance among global teams. It addresses 5 components, namely the structure, process, language, identity, and technology. For the first component, which is structure, the structural factors determining social distance is based on the location, the number of sites where team members are based, and the number of employees who work at these sites. With teams being geographically dispersed, members often perceive an imbalance of power. Members sometimes feel that they are in groups and out groups, which creates a negative dynamic. The second component, which is process, it covers the tone and the manner in which teams connect. Because geographically dispersed teams, they lack regular face time, they are less likely to have a sense of mutual understanding. Global leaders, they could combat this happening by building deliberate moments into the process when they meet virtually. Deliberate moments such as established feedback on routine interactions. It could be unstructured time to lighten atmosphere and then a time to agree to disagree. The component of language, it encourages good communication among coworkers, which drives effective knowledge sharing, decision making, coordination, and lastly, performance results. In global teams, varying levels of fluency with the chosen common language it is inevitable, and it leads to social distance due to the language barriers which exist. The fourth component of identity, it recognizes that team members they work more smoothly when members understand each other's perspective. However, deciphering someone's identity and finding ways to relate is far from simple. Team members' behavior it tends to mirror differences in their identity. It could be their age, their gender, religion, or occupation. The last component, which is technology, are the modes of communication used by teams. It is essential that this component is carefully considered because technology can both reduce and increase social distance. An example would be the mode of communication, such as video conferencing, which allows for rich communication in which both context and emotion can be perceived.
Today I'll be presenting a few challenges associated with global teams. The primary challenge global teams face is mitigating social distance. Companies distributed around the world need to manage the entities located on different sites. The geographic distance between the entities leads to high levels of social distance between employees. To manage the social distance, the company has structural factors they need to consider managing, which are the number of sites, number of employees per sites, and the locations of the sites as it is distributed around the world. Why is this a challenge to global businesses? The reason for this is because the companies located in different countries have to communicate with one another using different forms of technology, which may be delayed in communication. This can lead to a disconnect in work and management with employees located outside of the main headquarter company. The disconnect in management also leads to power imbalance, which is described as groups of employees being outgrouped from the main headquarter because of a lack of communication and management. The next key point of communication challenges leads to the cultural indifference. Now, companies that are distributed around the world has challenges with this is because of the difference of background and languages. This needs to be considered in the management team as communication is often made with one another. To succeed in a global business and global teams, there needs to be a form of cultural acceptance where companies learn the cultural background of the individuals located in those different entities. Next, we'll be moving on to technology. So how is technology a challenge in the global teams? Well, first off, technology is used to reduce and increase social distance by using technology tools to communicate with one another, either through video chats, calls, texts, or emails. However, there are urgent matters that need quick responses. Therefore, companies need to find a tool that is best for them to use in their workforce when dealing with global employees. Another challenge with communication via technology is the difference in time zones, where instant communication doesn't occur much because of the difference of worked hours. According to the Forrester survey on the virtual communications, the survey represents that 94% of employees report using emails, which is considered a delay in communication between employees. 33% participate in video conferences, and 25% use room-based video conferences. The survey demonstrates that emails is the most communicative tool global teams utilize. In conclusion, global teams face numerous challenges due to social distance. As the main headquarters of the company faces challenges managing and communicating with employees located in different countries, it's best to have a management team within each entity that can manage its own employees that understands their cultural and language background. The management within each entity should meet with the main headquarters of the company at least twice a week to go over the necessary points of their work and their projects. The recommendation may aid the global teams to communicate and work effectively.
In conclusion, to effectively manage social distance and to maximize the talents and engagement of team members, leaders must adopt all 5 components of the split framework. Decisions pertaining to structure creates opportunities for good processes, and this will help create effective global teams. Thank you for listening, and we'll be open to any questions or comments that you have.